Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Take a sip of coffee here. Nikki, I saw you're here. You're still awake. Fighting to stay awake? Um, Let me get over to the. Let's see. I seen Logan was here early. How you doing, Logan? I got something I was gonna talk to you about. So hopefully you're still here. Scott, of course, thanks for coming and dropping the links. Nikki, hope you're well. If you guys aren't subscribed, or at least get over and watch Nikki's videos with Buddy, it's inspiring to watch him run around and watch Nikki have to chase after him. And we know that yeah, it's fun stuff. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? They on the chat going into virtual meeting. Alrighty, you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Maui. And thanks as always, Scott. Let's see. Got a call from the from Ford yesterday, or from the Ford dealer, and the truck's supposed to be ready next week. So it's supposed to get the truck next week, which is, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Hey, Andrew, and Andrew too. I've been looking at this. What is it? The infield, the Himalaya. Um, it's an underpowered, perfect bike for me, adventure type bike, and I'm kind of wanting to get one used, of course, secondhand. I'm too cheap. If I really was going to go that route, I would do exactly what Logan did. If you guys aren't familiar with Logan's Going Gray's channel, there it is. You need to subscribe. Logan got a KTM 390, I think. Right? Am I right? I think absolutely perfect bike. But for me, and I want to get out and try it, and this Himalaya seems like perfect. Underpowered, 24 horsepower. Of course, I'd probably just a little bit pipe cam, maybe something on the air intake, and with the chip, nothing drastic, 2 or 3 extra horsepower. And they're cheap. The one that I'm looking at now is actually, I'm gonna ask Tim. Hopefully, Tim's lurking. If he'll, it's in an Udon Thani, and the one that I'm looking at that is actually really reasonable. 15,000 kilometers. Sounds great. Guys, send me a video of it running. Looks great. Looks like it hasn't been abused. Mainly, I would say, ridden around town for 72,000. So what is that? $2,000, which I think is reasonable. Hell, I paid almost 100. Now I got it. And that's another thing. The CT's almost done. Everything's bolted on except for the front and rear facing cameras, and that should be here. Maybe, I don't know. Might come tomorrow. We'll have to see. Everything else it's awesome. It's gonna be perfect. But for me, just to take off and hit stuff around Sarin and trail ride and stuff like that, I kind of miss that. I used to have a single lunger, 1978. Was it single lung or two? 500 Honda XR, whatever the enduro type thing was way back when. It was a beast of a bike, and it used to haul me around. And when I lived out in the high desert area, I would go out and I had a ball doing it. And I'm not going to hurt myself. Of course, that's what I like about the infield is it's the seat height is 31, which should be perfect. I think my inseam's 32, flat footed on the ground, nice and comfortable. Not like my Triumph 955 or whatever it is back in the States. Thing was way too tall and top heavy, and I didn't really enjoy riding it. So I want to check out this infield. So I might call up my buddy Tim and see if he'll. I just want him to look at it, make sure it's not, that you could see it. Guy's supposed to have all the book and paperwork. And if anybody knows too, I got to ask my wife doesn't know yet, but I just need to get that stuff, and then she can put it in her name, right? He doesn't have to do anything special except give me the blue book. If I need to do more than that, let me know. I'm sure my wife will know. But yeah, in fact, let's see if I have it. Do I have it up here? No. Let's see. Don't know. What was it? What was it? Oh, it was on that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me see if I can. I'll bring it up for the people that are interested. And I know that what really got me started on this was through Andrew. Andrew had gotten um, the classic, which I really like. It looks like an old BSA type, an old Enfield or Norton type style. I really like that. But this, I think I would get more use out of it. Not very fast, but unstoppable. Yeah, I agree. From what I've seen, Logan, I get the same thing, and I'll show you the thing. Here, let me present, share screen, sharing. Come on, where are you? Marketplace. Here it is. So it's he dropped the price from 76 to 72, and like I said, it looks really clean. Doesn't look like it's been abused. It's got the mounts for the bags, and he has two of the soft bag 20 liters that go with it. I don't think it has a top box. I don't see anything on the back, and it's got 15,000 kilometers. Things not even broke in as far as I'm concerned yet. But it looks very clean. So I'm gonna maybe ask Tim if he'll at least go over there and see it. I'll send the guy some dough, and then I'll take. Well, I got to talk to my wife too. Take some dough and take a train maybe or something there, and go visit Tim and yeah. sorry guys. Hey Jay, Himalaya would be. Yeah, I think it'd be an awesome little bike to run around in the. I mean, we used to go mud womping when we were kids. We had a ball, doing that stuff. I'm a little too old for that, but I like the riverbed type stuff and trails. Gravel. None of that stuff bothers me. Gravels and sand and stuff. I mean, I've been riding in that crap forever. You crashed out. It's because you're supposed to be asleep, Nikki. That's why you crashed out. Nick saying hi. Happy Thursday. You bet. But yeah, I kind of dig it. And like I said, I don't know how much are the KTMs in the US, and are the Enfields? Did you look at them? I think they said they're like five. Well, supposedly they're coming out with a water cooled 450 the end of this year, September or something, on the Enfield, which would be, and it's probably going to be well priced. But this one here, I mean, I don't really want to pay more than that. I don't even want to pay the 70, but I think 70 is quite reasonable. The rest of them are like 190, 108, 110, and they're all mainly 218s, 219, 220, 2020. But yeah, Logan, if you don't mind giving away that information. Hey, Some Pit. Hey, Kenny. I figured I'd say Some Pit's name first this time, Kenny. She's more important anyway. So welcome, guys. Thanks for coming. Just Maddie, how you doing? But cool watching the stream. Bangkok in the morning. Yeah, no kidding, right? 16. Yeah. There's quite a few. I didn't think there was anybody who was going to show, but so the CT is almost done. The next video I'll put all the stuff in, how much it all was, each bracket, everything that I bought for it. Like I said, the only thing that I think that I have left is the front and rear camera, which I'm going to have somebody else. I put this stuff on this time, sort of. I pointed and where's Craig? So I didn't injure myself. I did some of them, like I did the rack that I left off after the other one that was under the bag. I put that on by myself yesterday, and that was the last thing that really needed to go on. I need to bolt I ordered like an idiot, you know. I know I can't read Thai, but I can look at it and I could almost positively tell you the rack that I bought to hold the gas tank said it only holds the 3 liter tank, not the 5 liter. Of course, I got the 5 liter, so I had to order a 3 liter. It should be here in a day or two. Bolt that on, take it over, have them put a USB plug on it, and wire in the front and rear. The front's a 1080, the back 720. It's nothing special. It was only 1100 baht coming out of China, and it's basically there just in case. You know, you're always, I don't know if people know it, but you're pretty much at fault right out of the gate here in Thailand if you're a foreigner. And nothing to say bad about that. It's probably be the same way. I mean, in the U.S., you know, but it's good to have. I know Brock got in an instance that, granted, a lot of the people that were associated in his little fender bender were family or related or somebody, he said, but he had the camera in his car or whatever it was, and it helped out immensely. Let's see. What did you do? Okay, wait a second here. I just got it. Okay, was 54 and 8. So, but you know, I mean, the bike you got's a, you know, 200. You can't even compare them. But for 54, and I heard maybe a grand more, so they might be like 64, the new ones coming out. But it might be something to check into. I mean, if I really like this air cooled model, which I got, I mean, I come from an air cooled era. You know, we didn't even know what water cooled motorcycles were back in the day. So everything was air cooled. You know, Husqvarna 490s and whatever they were, 501s and giant 2-strokes. You know, all air cooled. But so I don't really have a problem with that. Here in Thailand, I think water cooled is probably the way to go. But my little Scoopy is air cooled. You know, but anyway, I think it would probably be something to try. See what I don't know what kind of horsepower it's coming out with. They're just getting a little bit of information if you go on YouTube that they're seeing them around, you know, running their little tests on the road with everything taped over and stuff. But if it gave it another 3 to 5 horsepower, I think they'd be fine. And they're perfect first bike for somebody. From what I've seen, I haven't ridden one yet, but from what I've seen and everybody talking about it, and for old farts like me, you know, that don't want to go out and beat the living crud out. They got nice travel. That low seat helps when you're pudgy. I don't know. I'm 5'10", so but so I'm not short, but I couldn't touch the ground on the other Tiger. On the new Tigers, what I consider real adventure bikes, I could touch the ground on, and they're nice bikes. The one I had, I wouldn't really consider an adventure bike, but they were so cheap. You could get them, and that motor is a freaking beast. That 3-cylinder motor is unbelievable. But yeah, so and for the, you know, to try it, and like I said, most of them in there, that's probably one of the cheapest ones and the cleanest ones that I've seen. And the other ones, you know, high 70s, mid 80s, 90s, 100, 108. You know, I don't know. It isn't. I guess what I'm saying is I could ride it, and if I said, "Oh, I'm not getting any use out of that," I'm sure I could sell it for the same amount of money 2, 3, 6 months from now. Let's see, what did I had put you up there, and then I saw that Logan had answered me. I goosed it up a bit. A and B racing pipes, a chip, and a back tire in the front. You know, what kind of bike, Aaron? What did I miss? I missed something. What did you have? Or what do you have? Where are you? Trying to look back and see if you hit me up again. I can't find shit. Himalayan is a classic adventure machine. If I didn't have to take the highway for work, I would have bought one. Yeah, I think it's a good bike, man. And like I said, I think if you did a little bit of work on the intake and exhaust, and a mild cam and some mapping stuff on it, and got 3 to 5 more horsepower, I think it'd be fine 65, 70 miles an hour on the freeway. I think, and then you're going to be up turning 6,000 RPM. That red lines, I think it's 7. They're saying like 5, you're doing like 55, 60 miles an hour, and that's the sweet spot for the stock ones. Is what I've been seeing. Did I miss Paul too? Hey, Paul, how you doing? If I missed you, I'll catch somebody. I'll catch up or try to. That was my. Oh, you're fat boy. Okay. Um, Out the door at 18. Yeah, I still don't know, and I still got. I don't know, man. I'm still craving that thump deal, and not that I need it. I don't think I need it. It would be nice to. But I see the Harleys out there, and I don't know how to register them. They're all saying, "Oh, we've got all the import papers, but we don't have the book." Well, give me a little more info. What does that mean? How do I register? And they never answer me. We don't have the book. Does that mean that it's going to cost me another $1,000,000 to get the book and take it through the registration? I don't know. Hey, Meow, how you doing? Is Jim around? Hey, Daz is back. That's right. You're back in town. The boys are back. How you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Looks like you had fun. Doesn't look like Chuck hurt you too bad in the knee department. I watched his video this morning in that first segment of the deal where Brock had mentioned it in our little deal. I watched it this morning too. Some dog had left 3 little poops on Mom's porch inside her new place. I thought that was pretty funny. Let's see. I put you up there, Meow. And is Jim around, or is he? You guys both together, or he's on in his own name? Have to take care of sick parents in Bangkok. Jim's still in John Tam. Oh, okay, cool. Well, not cool. Sorry to hear that. I hope that they get better or have a good. I don't have any clue what's going on with them, but I hope everything is good for you, Meow. Good night, Nikki. Yeah, Nikki, you need to sleep, man. It's occasionally you need to sleep. Let's see. Good night to Nikki. See you in a few. Yeah, no shit. She'll be back up. Buddy will have to go out and take a leak. That dog takes a leak. It has a good digestive tract, or whatever you want to say, I guess. Nikki, so Dave can. What? Oh, why you yell? Yeah, he does it so I can see it. Ron's is always the one that I can read without having to maybe listen. Although these glasses are a little bit better, I got to get to an optometrist and get a real freaking pair of glasses. And then I think Chuck's back home. I was almost going to give him a call and take a ride over there just for the night, just to break in the CT. I was going to take that little 125 over 4 hours to Chuck's and back, and then it'd be pretty much for its first service. So, and I might do that. I still have to call Chuck, although he might be watching if he's home. You never know. But it looked like you guys had a good time. That's awesome. I still have got to get to Vietnam. One of the places I want to go see there, every place around here. I haven't went anywhere. I've got my big, thick, passport back. So now I've just got to find the time with the wife and go. We're going to Ubon again this weekend. They've got pretty much the structures up. I wish I could have I don't know. I got to figure out how to link my flipping phone to this computer. It should be easy. But for some reason, Apple doesn't like to talk to anybody. So it makes it a pain in the ass. But they're doing a great job. They were hoping to have they have everything up, all the metal deal for the roof and everything is done, the posts and everything. Now they have to tie in all the posts with steel and concrete and then pour the slab. And they were hoping to be working on that, but I guess it's been raining. So Bill is calling me. No shit. What time is it there, Nick? 2 in the morning? 3 in the morning? So, we're going there. We're gonna go stay at the Centra, and I don't know if you've, Daz, have you stayed? I'm almost positive that's the place that I haven't really talked to Chuck recently. I gotta say hello or something. But the Centra, they have a brand new one in Ubon. We stayed at the one in Udon, and I believe that's the one that Chuck said had the best bed, and because that bed was phenomenal, and the place is phenomenal. It was like 1,700 with breakfast, a little bit on the pricey side, but we don't go out that often. So we're gonna stay there again. I think we're gonna leave Saturday morning. She wants to go to Do Home and Taiwazadu around town there and look and see if they have any, you know, stuff to buy, toilets, stuff that's on sale, they're discontinued, or we need tile for the bathrooms, toilets, stuff for the kitchen, that kind of crap. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because I can always leave that stuff if I end up running out of money towards the end of the build. But I'll let her, she wants to go get it, so what the hell. So we'll do that, and then we'll stay at the Centra. I find the Centra, if you guys get a chance, I think I beat them up, and they don't sponsor me. No one sponsors me. Nikki sponsors me. But it's a awesome place, and like I said, they meet the criteria of, I don't care what they, a soft bed and bacon on their breakfast menu, and they're a 5-star, 6-star hotel to me. Am I rambling? I'm rambling, aren't I? My next bike, I want to get the one I saw when I was stationed in the white 99 Drifter. Yeah, I don't know, man. Here, like even around town and stuff like that, I've got the CT, I've got the Scoopy, but I am going to get, I think I'm going to get this Himalaya. I think it's a perfect bike around town and out, flopping around the the village and that kind of stuff. I think it'd be perfect. Everybody saying hi to everybody, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. But and how long are you here, Daz? When are you heading back to Grandpa again? To be the grandpa? I think it's fairly soon because I think Chuck said in his last video you were coming back in September or something. So I'll let you clear that up now for everybody. Hey, Randy. Dave's cult members and followers. Yeah, I just I watched Robert's live stream from a couple days ago, and I heard him saying he was going to come see you. Did you guys firm that up? I think he was talking about you, right, Randy? I think he was. No, the 2000, the earlier ones, 2018 fuel injected, fuel injected, and ABS on the front. I think was the first year. Not really hep on that. They said the front brakes are weak. The front brakes are supposed to be weak. I've been adjusting front brakes on dirt bikes and every bike that I own for 60 years. I mean, you're not supposed to grab them and lock up the front wheel. You're supposed to grab them and crunch down and barely get some brake. And I guess that's the way these these Himalayas work as norm. So they're perfect for me. But that's what I think, Logan. I think they're fuel injected and ABS was first year ABS, which I don't care about the ABS, but the fuel injection I think is kind of cool. I don't know. I think it helps. But I saw your videos and I really liked. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And Logan's I got a kick out of it. A little deal about the border there in his hometown. It's pretty good. I got a chuckle out of it. Did I watch that this morning? I think I watched it this morning. I got up early this morning, 4:30. Man, it was too early. Okay, now I've asked a bunch of questions. Did anybody answer me? Yes, Robert Mack and I are supposed to meet up, but unfortunately, he had to go back into surgery today. Yeah, I saw that. I'd heard him. He had gotten on the little talk group we have, and had said that they had really screwed up and screwed with them. You don't want to screw around with infections, man. I should be here until just before. I should be here. Oh, okay. So you're staying here until you're not going back until it's time to go adorn the almighty granddaughter with gifts from Grandpa. Awesome, cool. I don't know if it is or not. I have to check it out. But I'm not a big thing because people panic, man. I don't panic. I hope I don't panic. I haven't in years, so I will grab the front brake and feather it. But I always adjusted, always on the dirt bikes, always on the dirt bikes, adjusted them so when you mashed it, you didn't lock up the front wheel, just the way that we did it back in the 70s and 80s, I guess. And the bikes beat the shit out of you. These bikes now, I haven't ridden the 390, but it looks. I've been checking into a lot of what I consider the lower CC and horsepower adventure bikes, which I think is a better deal anyway. I don't think you need a 1200 BMW to go on a trail. But the yeah, I don't know. That's the way I was always brought up. But we didn't have any, you know. But the only thing that I really like, I believe that the KTM, in fact, it has to be a mono shock in the back. This one's a swing arm with dual shocks, but it looks like it has plenty of travel, and it looks like it. Because I don't know, man, I can't take a beating as well as I could when I was younger, in both the ring or on a motorcycle. I wouldn't even know where to start if I had to ride a rigid frame motorcycle again. I would imagine the first thing that I would buy is a kidney belt, which I didn't buy when I was younger. I should have. It helps immensely. But I don't know. There's something about riding a rigid jockey shift Harley Davidson with ape hangers and upsweep, fishtail pipes. Now I'm showing my age. Man, it was nothing better, man. Nothing better. Had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Is it what? What did I say? The Japanese was good. Ate too much though. I still haven't yet. What did? Have we chat in private on the line link? Okay. Well, that's cool. You're going to be here for a while, so I'm definitely going to see you. Like I told everybody a little while ago, the Ford called, and the truck's supposed to be here next week, which is awesome. I don't know. Yeah, it's awesome. And trailer, I think, is still in limbo. He's waiting for that extra battery. Pretty much everything else is ready. But I'll be definitely coming your way, Daz. And see, I haven't seen Mitch. I haven't seen anybody in a while. So come over and say hello. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Really, Dave? Maybe yeah, new knees. As long as they don't get infected, right? Yeah, like I said, I've got to get it done. I just would like to not be so freaking heavy, because I know the heavier that I am, the harder it's going to be on me, and the harder recovery is going to be. Good morning to you. How are you? If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'm going to say Joy X, right? Joy X. Am I way off? You can yell at me. It's okay. That's my dream bike. Yeah, real chopper. Yeah, open primary. Yeah, you got to have something to worry about on your feet. It was an art to ride them back then, man. And I was in LA, and when you got into traffic, and it made it a lot more interesting. I like my mousetrap and stuff that I had set up on my pan, but Yeah, and that was fun, and that was rigid too. That was an original rigid frame, not original the motor, but uh, it was it was something. I'd still like to. I just don't know. I don't know how to. It would be nice to have one if I could afford it. I would consider it. And some of the ones I've seen are right around a half a million baht, 400 or 500, which I didn't think was too horrible. But none of them have books. I think what I need to do is call Harley Davidson. I bet you they have I bet you they have somebody on their showroom that speaks English. I'm sure because a lot of the bikes they probably sell to foreigners. But and find out what the deal is because I'm not going to spend a million, 1.3 or whatever. I won't do that. If I could get an old shovel head or something, and and pay under a half a million, I might be able to swing that. And again, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is because of my mom. She she's looking after me even after she's gone. She's hot. I know she'd be happy. So a lot of the stuff that I've gotten, like the trailer, that's definitely coming from mom. The truck I paid half down, and I'm going to make payments on. So a lot of the stuff, but when I bought the scooter, a lot of that stuff wasn't so much the extra money made it to where I don't have to worry about anything and don't have to touch my my retirement stuff. So it's fun to do. And if I could do it, why not? What the hell? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes he lurks. He says he lurks on here, but I don't blame him, man. He was getting a lot of slacks from some real moronic, trolls and stuff. And it gets old. And I told him that a long time ago. You know what? You're here on vacation. I mean, you're here on retirement now. You shouldn't have to deal with any of that stuff. And if I didn't enjoy doing what I'm doing, I wouldn't put up with the crap. And I think he just slowly but surely got away from it all. I know he enjoys moderating and enjoys. I'm sure he's lurking, whether he's riding around or something. He's listening. Mitch is one of the good ones. So, but he'll pop in occasionally. I guess he's doing all right. The last time that I talked to him, I want to say was maybe a week or two ago, and he just chugging along. That's why I want to get there and see everybody. This time, when I do come, I'm going to come for a week and hang out. The 1 or 2 days and hitting the meetup and that kind of stuff, it doesn't work out, man. I'm beat to a pulp by the time I drive there. Then the one day, and then I'm ready to go back, and I don't get to see anybody. So. Let's see what Aaron's saying. Run John, Big Bear choppers. Nice to have someone to work on them, unless Yeah, I don't know if they got to have. Well, I know they have Harley Davidson. Anybody went into one here? I've driven by them, and my wife's saying there's a Harley dealer. I said probably not a good thing for me to stop in a Harley dealer. You'll be driving this, and I'll be riding home. So we don't want to do that. But I will now. I can control myself. Having electrical problems. Yeah, I used to be able to. I've seen a bunch of them semi wrecked. On the when I was back in the States, I would always, what's it called when you get the pinks that are it's been. God, what the hell's the name of it? Anyway, when you run that stuff or crash bikes and stuff, there was a lot of the big dogs and custom stuff that were in there, just scraped up. But once you scrape them up, they're, it's a $10,000 or something paint job. Well, the bike's not worth anything after that. So you could pick them up and redo them. But I don't know. That was the first thing that I wired was a chopper, and I went by the thing that they had there. What was it? Wiring for idiots or whatever it was, and it worked perfect. So let's see. No idea why anyone would give him crap. Yeah, I know. It's freaking insane. Yeah, I don't know either, Jay. It's amazing. People are just morons. Like I said, when you never realize until you're out riding around on motorcycles and in bars until late at night, and how many stupid people there are on the planet. I was thoroughly amazed. Just the dumbest questions you ever seen. Just they had across their forward, please hit me. please knock me out. Please do it now. Just by mumbling, just stupid. And that's what they were doing with Mitch. The guy did nothing, you know. Yeah, it's insane. They came after me, but they've been leaving me alone. I said that the last time, and we got a troll that popped in. But they have been leaving me alone. So I don't bring anybody's name up or anything anymore. So they've been leaving me alone. But I think there's no reason for it because he was getting upset, and I don't blame him. I was too. And I told him on more than one occasion, you're here to retire, have a good time. So hopefully he is. And I'll talk to him again. And I'll go there. Hey, Dana, what's up? You're already here and gone. I'm behind. Oh, no, I'm not that far behind. Did you see the latest one on the KT? I'm almost done with it. I've got to put the front and rear camera on it. Everything else is done, and bolt the spare gas tank on the rack that I put on it. And otherwise, it's ready to go. I did one video. I'm going to do one more as soon as that's done, and then I'm going to list all the parts and all that. And if I do get up your way, I will. And now I'm talking about getting the Royal Enfield Himalaya. I think it's a cool little bike for old farts, and I think it'll be fun running around. We'll see. We'll see. If I just checked HG Phuket, they have prices listed. $904 for a brand new one, under $1 million. I guess that's not bad, right? I don't know. The cheapest bike when I bought mine in 2008 was a Dyna, and that was $12,500 back then. And I don't think in the United States, I don't think they're worth more. I don't think they're charging more than $14,500. They went up a couple of grand in 15 years or something, however long that is. My math sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna have to call them and find out and see what they say about, do you have used bikes? I'm sure they have used bikes there. What do they do? And how do they do it? And maybe they just charge more money because the bikes that the people are probably trading in or already have books on them. I'm imagining. But Dana's been probably have a better chance of you coming to Surin and us going out on the bikes than me getting to downtown Bangkok on that CT. Although I have been talking, like I said, I might run it over to Chuck's area of town over there, and then Tatpanome, and break it in and get it in for its first service. But it would be fun. I would definitely entertain that. If I'm missing something, guys, let me know. Hi, Nanette. Another one. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do so. It would be awesome. Everybody's saying hi. I'm gonna try to finish my coffee so I can have that done. Oh, I forgot to show you this. My wife got me a present. It's a USB. This is my battery bank, which I think is awesome because you never have to worry about losing your cable to charge it. And it has two, a C and a Lightning that come off. They're just short little deals. I'll show you. They just pull out like that. And do it. And it's got a C on the top or whatever it is in the USB, but it's from TOT, and I don't know if you can see it. It's a fan, and it says that TOT loves me somehow, and it works all right. But I thought that was pretty cool, and they must sell those with, you can get whatever you want, I guess, on them. I could have some interesting things that I could say that I could send to people, right? And it's got an on-off button. So anyway, is Bo here? I miss Bo too. Okay, hey Bo. If you guys aren't, please. Yeah, that's probably true. But I'm kind of digging it so far. I still haven't really taken it out, and I can't really jump on it. But it's going to need a pipe. It's going to need to breathe a little bit better. But otherwise, it's going to be perfect for what I'm getting it for. And it's going to be on the trailer, going to come off the trailer wherever I'm at, and I'll cruise around and do some moto, vlogging and stuff, and come back and do the camping thing. And sometimes it'll be solo. Sometimes it'll be with the wife. Sometimes it'll be with the wife and kids. And it ought to be a bunch of fun. And that's on the Trailer Trash Thailand channel, which I think we have 51. Let me check. Whoever subscribed, thank you guys for subscribing. Let's see. Where am I? Come on. There's my channel. And then let's shut this up. And 51 subscribers. So once we get some content on there, I think it'll come up a little bit. But I think it's going to be an absolute blast. So I'm looking forward to it. If anybody, no one will watch it, I'm still going to have fun. I can guarantee it. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. Everybody's just saying hello. Watch your video, searching Sacred Art. But not yet to comment. I watched it too. That's the one I'm talking about, that I was talking about earlier, that I got a kick out of. I chuckled. Now I can have a sip of this. Oh, I still got ice. Perfect. Okay, I think I'm caught. If anybody, hello, Grains. Everybody just said hello. So, udon Saturday morning, Saturday night, the Centra, and like I said, if you guys get a chance to go to one, I would definitely highly recommend it. The one that we went to in Ubon was brand new, still is. A couple of weeks, whatever, a month, 2 months old. It just opened. The one in Udon, I believe, is the one that Chuck went to and has probably done many videos on. When we went to the Udon one, it was late at night, 10 o'clock. That was took off in the morning, drove all the way to Bangkok, took the kids out to eat, looked at the trailer, dropped off a cat, and then we were going to stay there. Instead, I drove 3.5, 4 hours back to Udon, so that I get up early, and my wife wanted to work half day. So we stayed in Udon at the center. She said, they have one there. And I said, yeah, let's go there. 10 o'clock, we went up to a room, and there was no, I think that's Lasada, probably delivering my gas tank. What was I saying? Oh, so we got there at like 10:30 or whatever it was, and by the time we got up to the room that they had picked out for us, it was no bed in it. So we opened it up. They ended up upgrading us to a corner suite, panoramic, they called it. It was awesome. On the top floor, the only thing that was above us was the pool, I think 18th floor or something. And the people are just amazing. They're really nice. Really, anything you want or need, they do, which is the way it should be in that industry. But it was, they're gonna just keep bringing it. They know exactly where they've delivered crap here a million times. But that's my little phone that's ringing. That's how I know it's them, because if it was anybody else calling me, it'd be ringing on my computer, on this phone, and on that phone. So anyway, so we're gonna go there. We'll leave Saturday morning like at sunup, 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's about 3.5 hours, or 3.5 hours to the Centra. It's another hour or so past that to the family land, and we'll check into the hotel, and then, like I said, we'll go out and see if there's any discontinued tiles or cooktops or whatever we see that looks cheaper than heck. We'll try to grab and then take out to them to put in the little storage place they built on the property. They built a little building, which I'm going to have them, which I don't know how exactly. Maybe Dana can help me at one time, or Mike's live my ass off, or Chris. I'm going to have them put an internet there on the property. The kids are all excited about that. They're all already talking about how they're going to go over there and just sit on the property and use use the internet. But because I'm going to put up one of those 360 outdoor, whatever they call, cameras, so I can do it. And it would be nice to do a live stream and be able to pull another window. And even if I got to pay extra for the top of the line StreamYard, to have that kind of in the corner up here while we're doing the live stream of them getting along because they're kicking ass, man. If it wasn't raining, they'd already have the freaking uh, slab in and ready to put block up. So we'll see. Good for you. 90-day reports. Let's see. Coffee. Oh, are you here yet, Paul? Or you're going to be here soon? I know that. I don't know if Maui's still here. Maui's coming next week, I think. So we're going to try to get together for lunch Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Bo wants to go too. Bo, you want to go to lunch? He probably already been invited. So next month, okay. So what was I saying? I got on around. Oh, so I'd like to be able to, do that. So maybe somebody can enlighten me on how to do that once I get the camera there. Because it'd be kind of cool to see. Like I said, the pictures he shows me, I'm just going, wow, they've only been working on this for 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks. And if it wasn't for the couple of days that they missed on rain, they'd be getting ready to do block and crap. So they still got to get the roof on. That's going to take actually 10 days to get. I don't know. He doesn't want to order, man. I would have ordered the shit a week ago. It takes 10 days to get. That would have already been here. But, he's afraid that he's going to order one panel too much. And, we're throwing away, 200 baht or something. I don't know. The way that they think is a good way to think. But I would have already done that. So he wants to make sure he can get exact measurements on exactly what he's going to need. They've already got the wood for the eaves. My wife already ordered the 2 big louvers that are going to go in the front to vent that area. Because it's going to basically be Thai style building. Like I say, I keep going back to Joe's and Gift's house. It's what I consider a Thai style building, but a totally Americanized on the inside. This one's not going to be anything close to what Joe put in there, but it'll be nice. It'll be perfect for them down the road, or for us to go visit. It'll be something that the kids can have forever. They're really, I don't think they'll ever most of them don't get rid of family land. They hold on to it to give to their daughters and their sons and their daughters, and down and down and down. But I know, especially the women, though, I don't know if the guys care too much, but the women, like my wife, she wants that. And the girls, I think, will something that her mom built, between this house and that one. They're gonna be good. So it's gonna be all right. Let's see. Look, Maui. I started your salute delivery video. I need to finish it tomorrow. I watched about half of it. I'm not finished either. I think I commented though, didn't I? I think I did, Maui. If you're still here. Yes, I'm going to meet up you guys this time. All right, cool. Good to know. Is Ron leaving? All right, brothers and sisters, you got to go. All right, take it easy. Let's see. Are you planning to put the property in a trust? I've got to do something. But I just want to make sure that I'm going to have a living trust. Yes. And the reason is I don't think there ever would be any problems. It's pretty distinguished, and the lines are drawn that everything that I've left in the United States goes to my kids, and pretty much everything that I do here, it's basically about a 50-50 split, goes to my Thai family. So I wanted to say that in there so that when I die, my wife's set up completely, in case anybody doesn't know. One of my retirements, I had the ability to take a reduction in one of them. And when I die, my wife gets 2 times what she makes with the government until she dies. So she's set up forever. But I don't want there to be any trouble or any discrepancies, which I know that there won't be with my kids or anything, like that. I'm trying to read something. Okay, sorry. And I got to get rid of it because it's right in the middle of my screen. So I just want to make it, but yeah, definitely. And I would suggest to anybody that has even family or anything outside of Thailand, uh, or into whatever the case may be, you should have a will of some sort. And I think a living trust is probably the way to go. But yes, definitely, Dana, no doubt. Only because like I know that if I was gone and my kids came over here, my wife would take them right in and say, you're staying with us, and this is the way. I know there won't ever be any kind of a problem, but I want it to be cut and dry. Same thing I did with the company, uh, the union that I worked for, that I had that ability on that particular retirement to do that with. I made sure they had all the paperwork. I told them up front, I don't want any bullshit. I don't want my wife to go through any kind of problems. Me dying is going to be bad enough for her. I don't want any bullshit. And the lady was really good. You need to do this and that. Send me her birth certificate. Send me this, and I did everything that they said. So it's all like cut and dry. But like I said, anybody that's watching this or whatever, you should have a living. You should have a will of some sort here when you're here in Thailand. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you can make it. Thanks for coming by. If you guys aren't subscribed, and Scott put up the link, Poe on the Go, you should subscribe. Let's see. Ron gave all the pink hands waving. I could see him on this one in case you guys are. There's the pink hands waving around. It doesn't, for some reason, it spells it out. I'm going to do it here in Thailand, is where I'm going to do it. And mainly, I guess, my wife said that, which I didn't know. And it could be that she's mistaken. Maybe somebody else can enlighten me. We were talking about it last night because I said, what happens if I die? I mean, if you die, everything's in your name. What am I going to do? And she told me, you're married to me. You get half of everything I have. I said, really? She said, it's new law. And I said, geez, you right out of the books of California, except it's working on my behalf. Not that I care. I know that her mother and father would never ask me to leave. If they did, then I would leave. I mean, what am I going to do? But it was a question that I wanted to ask her. And, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, she's only 43 years old, but, people die at 40 years old all the time. So if you have a living trust, and she'll be in it, I'll be in it, the kids will be in it, my kid, everybody will. I don't want any crap. I want it all to be done. Weird watching Dave in the afternoon. Is it? Where are you? Are you back in the States? No. Afternoon. It's not afternoon, is it? You must be. Where'd you go, Ryan? What do you think about that? Here's a. It's hard to see because it's another one. I've been looking at the Royal Enfield Himalayan. I think I want to get one. What do you think? Have you ridden one? Talking to Ryan, this Ryan. Um, Divorce is 50-50 in Thailand, but I'm unsure about death. The way that she was talking about it, it is. And I told her, well, I don't want that. once, because if I die, I want everything to go to you. So that's the way that we'll write up everything here to go to her, and then everything, whatever, to go around, and we'll both be in the trust. So, do you have one, Dana, or no? I'm doing the real trailer trash life right now. Really? Where are you? You're not here in Thailand, or are you? I'm watching. I'm getting dinged from a guy that has a Himalayan on opening up the exhaust and intake and cam issue, which I think is a real must. But we'll see what happens. Tornadoes. That's a good looking bike, but found it to be sluggish. It is, but I think that's where its highest attributes are. You know, don't have to worry about new riders, especially grabbing the throttle, grabbing the front brake, doing stupid crap. Old farts like me, you're younger. I don't want to. I want a sluggish bike. I don't need something that if I accidentally get thrown back and grab the throttle, if the bike's gone, I don't. I don't need to. I don't need to experience that. And it's got more than enough power for anything that I'm going to put in front of me. I'm not going to put myself in a bad position, you know. So yeah, I'm looking for sluggish. And this one here, I really like. I said it. It's only got 15,000 kilometers, and I think I might make the guy a deal on this. I got to call my wife first. That was one of the mistakes that I made in my previous lives. I never included my wife's in anything that I did. I didn't let them buy their own cars. I didn't let them buy their own houses. Um, I just did whatever the hell I wanted to do, and it wasn't right. So that's one of the things. Because, like I had said to people, if it doesn't matter if you've been in a relationship, it's always 50-50. It's not ever one person. And if you don't fix what was wrong in one relationship on your part, you take it to the next one. It's the same damn thing. You get that first honeymoon shit out of the way, and it's the same crap because you haven't changed. So go figure. Yeah, as I'm uh, against investments and assets. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to do it because I just don't want any problems. I know what you mean. I also don't want a super fast bike, but yeah, I that's what I said. I think it's going to need. I haven't ridden one, so I don't know, but I think it's going to need about an extra 5 horsepower from everything that I've seen, and I think that 5 horsepower is going to make a difference. And I think it's going to you're going to be able to get it with exhaust cam, uh, intake, and mapping damn close without having to do any kind of major stuff to the big board kits and that kind of crap. But I think it'll be fun to ride. Like I said, for the price, $2,000, 72,000 bought, and they run up to about 120 or 30, and I think the new ones are 160 or 70 or something. But I heard the new model that's coming out in September will be water cooled, and I believe will be a 450, and that might be absolutely the top bike to have. I think, money wise and everything else. Bottom line, what's the one for 110 on a 2020? Um, I gotta talk to him and find out. He's in your guys' neck of the woods. Where is he? Patea. So he's over by you guys. Yeah, I agree with Dave. It's a partnership too, and I might be married, but we're also partners. Yeah, and you know what? Like, it seems like you have an awesome relationship, and I like to think that I do. Uh, it's I want my wife to have everything that I can give her in life, from when I'm alive and when I'm dead. Uh, I want her to have a good life, and they all do, and they're appreciative of it. It's not like they don't notice it and don't acknowledge it or whatever. They always do, and they know that they wouldn't have the life that they have if it wasn't for me, and I wouldn't have the life I have if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't have smiles on my face and get to watch them laughing and get to build stuff, get to yell at everybody, which drives my wife insane because I'm supposed to be sabai sabai, not the crazy farang. But I have a hard time when you're doing construction and you've been in construction your whole life and things don't go even close to the way they should. I have a hard time shutting my mouth. But I have learned. I am learning. There's a lot of work on bikes when you can just yeah, and I think that 500 that Honda 500 is a good bike too. But like I said, I think the sluggish deal, and I think it could be done. I think it'll be fine the way that it is now with that little bit of horsepower. I think you can get it with the pipe and some intake stuff. And I mean, I've been my first Honda 90. I think I've told the story before when I was what was I 12 or 13. I rode it to junior high school and parked it in the bike racks until my mother came. They called my mother down to pull me out of class and make me take it home. Straight pipe, three quarter inch black pipe, and I had the honor of my best friend's father, because I didn't have a father, was a garage rat, had us rebuilding 350s, tearing stuff apart, cars, motorcycles, everything. And when we had this on a 90, the way that we did it was we went in, we opened up the exhaust, we opened up almost like a porting and polishing, but way back in the day when we didn't even realize what that was. We just knew that if we opened up stuff, we would get more horsepower. And the way that we did the freaking the duration and the lift on the cam was we brazed it and then filed it, took measurements, put it back in, ran it, and said, "No, that ain't working." And he would tell us, "No, the duration's not," and go back and forth until we found the happy spot. And that was a Honda 90 at 13 years old. So, well, I think it can be had, I guess, is what I'm saying on without going crazy. Check out the YouTube. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Itchy Boots. She said it's a Himalaya downtown. I haven't watched it in a long time. I wonder if I'm still rung the bell. I have to find out. I will check it out if she's on a Himalaya. I'll look at that because I don't know what she was riding then. I haven't watched it in probably a long time, 6 months. Yeah, that's a beauty bike. Yeah, it's awesome. The CT, I think I'm really going to be happy with too. I think it might need a pipe and some intake stuff done. But it's not. I didn't buy it for that. I bought it to go on the back of that trailer, like I said. And then once I got wherever I wanted, something that could take me to the 7-Eleven, 10 miles away to get butter that I forgot, and then come back and do my videos and stuff, and to just crawl around. And the same thing with the Himalaya, except I could just take off right out of here, hit the highway, and go and just find some stuff, use Google Maps and, look or whatever it is when you look in. Is that Google Maps? And find some places to check out for camping and to just crawl around up in the mountains. I like that. We used to go out into the washes and the deserts and stuff and have a blast. And I kind of miss that, I guess, in my life. The Himalaya isn't a bad bike at all. I will say probably cooler looking than yeah, it is bike out there, other than the ATT. Yeah, which is a beast. Yeah, and like I said, I'll know better when I get on it. I'm not really. It's really weird here in Thailand. I mean, unless I go out and rent one or whatever. I mean, I can tell by looking at the thing that I'll probably enjoy the bike, and I know that there's things that I can do to it to make it what I want, and that's what I see in that, and I see 70,000 baht, to where I know that, oh yeah, it's 2 months later, and boy, I just didn't get out and do the things that I thought I could do. I'd sell it for 75, or 70 or whatever, and get my money back. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I was kind of hoping Tim was going to pop in because he's in Udon and that's where the bike is. And I just wanted him to go over. The guy sent me a video of it running. It's only got 15,000 kilometers on it. It sounds tight. He just had the valves done, and I think he replaced the chain and a couple other things. Oh, the boots on the front, I guess they rip easy. I don't know. At least it doesn't have upside down stuff on it. I never was a big person on that, but that's just me. A lot of the writers, they love that crap. Hi, Ann, how you doing? Just Maddie, how you doing? Thanks, Dave. Great chat. Back to work. All right, you have a good one. You can get out of the. I rode the MS all around Thailand without issues. It just had a 120. Yeah, and I dig those little MSXs. I looked at that. I said those things are pretty cool. In fact, when I was thinking about there's a Suzuki. It's a 110, 115, something like that. That makes a perfect little bike. I forget them. I looked at it. I almost bought one. They were brand new. They were 65 or something. And you'd put knobbies on it and a couple little deals, and it probably would have been fine. But then when I went back, I just like the styling of the CT. It brings back memories. Like I said, I had them all. I had the Monkey, I had the 50, I had three of the 70s. I had the two automatics and one the 4-speed with the clutch on the 70s. I had the 90 and I had the 110s. So that style of trail bike is just brings back memories to me. So it made it. I said, you know what? I saw the gray one on the floor when I went in there. Called my wife and said, if you want anything to say about this, you need to come over here right now. So she left work, came over, and I put it in her name, paid cash for that. And it was just easier to do, you know. That's another thing. All the stuff's in my wife's name, like I said before. If I croak, it's I don't have to. She didn't have to do anything. She didn't have to say, "Oh well," you know, or whatever. I just don't want no bullshit. You know, I definitely don't want her to have to go through anything because I know the way it is to lose somebody. You know, and it's freaking devastating. That's why I tell everybody that I know, if you've got any possible chance of dying with your significant other, try to make that happen. Go on planes together. You know, it's just I wouldn't wish it on anybody, even my enemies, having to go through that heartache. Still there for me. It's been 5 years. Every day I think about her. It just it's devastating. So I don't want her to have to go through it. If she loses me, which maybe she'll be going, oh, this son of a bitch lived 10 years longer than I thought he would. But I wouldn't want her to have to do anything except mourn me and go on with life. So, hey, Jack, how you doing? Oh. I was just talking about you the other day. Friends of mine brought the new Himalaya. Had a lot of problems, parts falling off, battery. Yeah, I heard that from a lot of people, but I've heard like, I don't know, 20 or 30 times more from people that haven't had any problem. So I guess it's whatever you're doing. The compass never pointed right. They said the compass was, well, am I taking a bike out to have it tell me which way to go? Probably not. If I have to get off, I'll whip out my compass and do it. But how you doing? Good to see. I was going. I forget what it was. I was watching. God, what was it? I just said it the other day. I was looking at something and I said, "Boy, Bruce must be cranky." It was. I think it was on Facebook or something. Somebody said, "Hey, what do you need to do to get a?" You'll probably remember a pink slip on, or no, to get something registered, or how much does it cost to get a bike to Thailand or something? And your remark was, what's the matter? They don't have Google wherever you live. You can't find out. I thought that was pretty good. So I hope you're well. I hope you're both well. But yeah, I don't know. I heard a bunch of stuff like that from people saying, but I heard like 200 more times people love them. Didn't have any problems at all. But I'm sure that every bike's got problems. But we'll see. I'm not going to ride it hard. You know, I mean, it's for me. I'm old. Probably won't. Probably won't. Probably won't get abused that much. How are you? If you guys aren't subscribed, you need to subscribe. I always do that to Off the Hook. Off the Hook is I'd said it before, a nice, wholesome family man, loves to go fishing and hunting with the kids and family. It's a good channel. Please do. Let's see. A friend of mine had the same issues with his Himalaya, but they were minor issues, more to do with superficial parts not being bolted down tight enough. An hour with the ring. And that's what I said about like the trailer that I'm getting. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer. It's China. It's from China. And even on the China bikes, like I just did, I had to pull that little blue generator, that 1,000 watt, 800 actually. I went to start it up with the little video I did on the 2200 that I got. And I was going to just run it, listen to it scream, running that 5,000 BTU air conditioner against the other one. But when I thought about it, when I put it on there, it was leaking gas. Started it up and it was leaking gas out the bottom. And I'm going, son of a bitch. Well, everything that I've seen in the past and people that I've talked with from China, even when you get their scooters and all that kind of stuff, if you tighten every bolt and change all the lines out, fuel lines, everything, they're okay. And the same thing I thought with this trailer, because I went and looked at the trailer because I wanted to look at craftsmanship, and it was fine. I liked it. I really liked the trailer. So when I pulled yesterday, I go, oh, it's probably just a fuel line. So I had to pull out all the electrical out the front to get to where the shutoff is. I'm pumping the little bulb, and I'm seeing this gas pour out, pulled off the bottom tubing that's going from the gas tank. Well, come to find out, I have to split the thing in half, pull the gas tank out, and the bulb pumps up into the back of the gas tank had broken, little tubing, and I just cleaned it up, pushed it back through the grommet, put everything back together. The thing started up push pull, and I checked all the other while I was in there. I checked all the lines and everything looked good. So yeah, it all depends. First thing I would do if I got it was go through everything, change fuel lines, change everything whatever I could, and tighten every nut and bolt. But that's what I had heard too, Dana. But not saying that Bruce's friends probably had, maybe they had major problems, but most of the stuff that I had heard was little stuff falling, which could be anywhere. Could happen to any bike. Overall build quality was bad in the beginning of 2015. Yeah, I think they got better as they went along. And being in India, I think, where are they building them at now? They're building still in India, but I think they're building some here, right? Or someplace else. They're building them someplace else. But a lot of people, I've seen the guys in Australia, the guys in the UK, guys in the United States, 95% of them have good things to say about them. So. Yes, I have on the CT, right? How you doing, Terry? Chiang Mai. Yeah, he does. He did that 143. I think he had problems with one. Somebody else did, or was he going to? I haven't watched it recently. I did watch some of the older ones. I think they have a 160 something kit now, and I don't know if he was putting that on or whether he was going to stick with the 143. I can't remember. But yeah, I did. He's got a bunch of good info on his channel for sure. If you're not checking every nut and bolt on your bike on a regular basis, or you never rode an old pan. The only thing with panheads or any bikes that I rode back, rigid bikes back in the day, I always left them leaking, man. I always left my primary. If it dripped a little bit, I was perfectly fine with that because I know that oil was flowing through my bike, and a lot of people did that. But yeah, I was always wrenching. And back in the day, I mean, we were all getting high and partying and a lot of crank and cocaine. And, I used to roll mine into the living room at my mom's house and have girls cleaning my bike with toothbrushes. And we used to have a lot of fun. Not so much with the drugs. I don't condone anybody doing any kind of powder, that's for sure. Now, weed, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, you definitely got a wrench on your bikes. The only thing here, like I said, in Thailand, I'm taking the bike over to have him put the front and rear camera on. The guy charged me 500 baht. Him and one other guy all day putting that on my Forza. All day. I ended up giving him 1,200 or something. You'd think that I gave the guy $1 million. But it's some of the stuff's not worth it. Going and getting oil changed on my Forza, 256 baht. Does that warrant me going out in 42-degree temperatures out here and changing my oil? No. but wrenching a little bit on something, I can do that. Let's see. I'm getting, you guys, I got to go back and check your videos out because you did videos. You went riding with some guys, right? I caught part of them, part of one video, but I think you had more than one. I'm getting ready to do an engine upgrade on the. Yeah, I mean, it's ready to go. I got a wild project plan for that. Cool, because that's that same. It's the same motor, right? The 125 motor, I think. Classic Harley's ride 30 minutes, rest 3 hours. I was lucky on my panhead, man. Everybody was always kicking them on the side. Hey, Mitch, there you are. People were talking about you. Were you burning? But it, God, I'd kick it through when it was cold. I'd put the choke on, kick it through once, put the choke half on, turn the key on, and kick it through, and the thing would start, man. And I don't know how many times I'd sit on the side of the road waiting for people to start their bikes. Mostly panheads, knuckleheads, flatheads, all the old stuff. Dual points. I had dual points on that too, and it was amazing. I wish I would have kept that bike, but what you're saying is mostly true. And there's Mitch. Yeah, your ears must have been burning. We were talking about you a little bit. The ski days are for sure away in the past. Let's see. Guess what? Hey, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Just checking in. Hope all is well. There's bike. Yeah, having fun as usual. Like I said, I'll keep doing this until it's not fun anymore, and then I'll stop. But glad you could stop by. I appreciate it. For sure, I always go to the dealership for service. What service in the dealers? Small bike. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, man. It's just not worth it. Did I have fun working on bikes? Yeah, sure. Did I have air conditioned garages and all the tools that you could possibly ever want? You bet. From bike lifts to everything else when I was, wanting to work on stuff. Um, and I just that isn't feasible for me here. Maybe over on the Ubon land, I told my wife I'm going to build a parking structure with a roof to park maybe 4 or 5 cars and scooters, and I'm also going to have them put maybe a 12-foot wide bay in there with a door on the front in case I want to park some stuffs and collect some stuff, whatever I want. So I've got a little garage. Maybe I'll air condition. Maybe I'll go there and spend the week and work on shit. I don't know. But as far as the normal stuff, you're absolutely right. It just doesn't make any sense, to me. It doesn't make sense. Everybody's saying hi to Mitch. Yeah, the same motor on the and I know that the motor in mine is supposed to be a longer stroke or something. On the new one on the 2023s, I believe it's supposed to be different than the 22s. But I think you're right. I think it's the same one that's on that bike that you're talking about. You can let me know. You probably know more than I do, Dana. Yes, Chris and I did a whole length. Circumvent small bikes. Adam did 4 days. I'm gonna have to go back. You still have them up on your channel? I'll have to go back and check. 'Cause I only caught one of them, and then I forgot about it till right now. It looked like a blast. I wish I could have been in on that. There's everybody saying hi to Mitch. Mitch, GottoLoveThailand. Had a 77 shovel head, loved it. Pulled on like, yeah. I like the old shovel heads. The biggest thing in the back in the day, I loved my panhead was a shovel. Was it shovel head lowers, panhead uppers, or was it the opposite? Can't remember. My mind's gone. But I had a shovel head too. I like shovel heads. I had cold motors. I had them all. I think the 76. That cold motor was a good motor. There was a lot of good motors. All the old Harleys were. Even during the AMF years, they still Still, some of the motors where the looks went out the windows, but the motors and stuff, they were still chugging along. I think they were pretty much using the same stuff. David, looking meeting room for the 16th. Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, doing only a day trip. I don't know. Room for the 16th. Oh yeah, I probably will. I got to find out from my wife if she's going to be able to. I want her to come, so I will definitely be in touch. I'll get a hold of you. I'll talk to her this weekend when we're in Ubon. I'll talk to her about the 16th. That's. Did I write it down? I wrote it down. Did I put it in my phone? No, that was the 16th of December, right? Am I right? Don't let me put the wrong things. I'm going to put it in my phone. Road King, absolutely love it. Yeah, good bike too. Uh, you gotta love Harleys. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just that sound, I don't know. I don't have a bike stand, but my he has a center stand. Absolute game changer for me. Yeah, and I kind of like that about the any of the bikes that tube tires, 21-inch spoked wheel on the front of that Himalaya. I think it's a 17 on the back. Um, and I think that's a definite must if you're going to be out in the middle of nowhere. Extra tubes and a center stand make life a hell of a lot easier, especially on this. I would just pick up the phone. Hopefully, I'm getting a satellite phone. Please come get me. I'm stuck. Um, Grace, I think it is right. Is that the same? Is it the same bike? Dana will know. Yeah, the new 23 has a longer stroke. That's what I thought. For some reason, the previous had the short stroke model. Yeah, I don't know why either. I know that was a thing. There was a couple of changes. That's why I said when I walked into that, I looked at two. That was the third Honda place that I hit. One was the place that I bought my Forza, and three of them, none of them had a battery for a freaking Forza. And that's what I went out for that day was to get the battery changed. And I figured, I said, do you have any CTs? And one place had an old green one, last year's model. The second place where I bought my Forza didn't have any, but they said right across the street is another Honda dealer. And I mean right across the street. You can sit there and look at it. I said, oh, I thought that was like a secondhand place. Full-blown Honda, all inside, massive air-conditioned showroom, a whole area of the Cub and all this stuff. And sitting right there when I walked in the door was a silver CT. And I went, oh, how much is that? And they were advertising them for 99. And there was a couple people on Marketplace advertising them brand new for 89. And she said 88, I think. 88, or maybe she said 89. I said, okay, we need to sit down and you tell me what you're going to give me and what I want. And we were having a hard time talking back and forth. And that's when I called my wife, and she came up. But I still haven't gotten the battery for the Forza, which kind of pisses me off. Everybody saying hi to Mitch. Yeah, they're still up there since I don't post much. You can easily. All right, I will look for them for sure, Dana. I wanna watch them. They look like a blast from what I remember. Going, yes, the Amicus is the ground. Same bike for the same reason in Thailand. They called it the MSX 125. And Dana doesn't look too big for it at all. He fits it perfect. If you guys don't know who Dana is and his wife Jim, you guys should definitely subscribe to the channel. Good people for sure. Am I behind? I'm behind. Oh no, I'm way behind. I have 75,000 on my Forza 300 and 76 on the ADV. Not a problem so far, just normal maintenance. My garage has 260 on his Honda. So no, and that's what my wife told me when I bought that freaking Taiwanese 300, which it ran okay, but I couldn't get anybody to work on it. And she told me you need to just go buy a new Forza, and it is right. I mean, anybody that lives in Thailand or has even vacationed in Thailand, just in Surin alone, there must be 15 Honda dealers. So when you're out on the road, I don't think you could ride a better bike than a Honda as far as um, build quality, being able to get them maintained anywhere. I agree 100%, Bruce, no doubt. If you go to a Cub House and the next time you in BKK, they have some wild modded CTs. I stopped there. I've seen some wild ones too, with a 19 in the front. Yeah, I've seen. Forget what it was called. Heavy knobbies stripped down. Um, I forget what the name of it was by a custom builder. But yeah, some of them are pretty awesome. I'm going to see how it goes with this. Like I said, this is for content and for me to have fun and to bring back old memories from when I was young. What's this man, Bruce? Yeah, Honda's ride forever and ever and ever. That's what I love about. Yeah, you meet the nicest people on a Honda. I think that was 1969. But yeah, and like I don't know, man. I dig my Forza, and I know that James rode Bruce's 750 ADV, and I don't know, man. I don't want to spoil myself. I'm perfectly content with that 350. It's got enough there that if I need to get out of anything and I'm doing 110 kilometers, I still got enough throttle to feel comfortable. That's all I need. Don't need to do anything more than that. If I did, I'd have a hot rod Harley for sure. Not anymore. Underride forever. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's all I had when I was the 1969 Honda, whatever it was, 90S, I think was the bike that it started out to be with that black tank, the iconic look of that deal. That was my first. I had a mini bike. I had a Taco 22 or 44. Can't remember. First, and then I got that. I think I was 12. I was 11 or 12 when I started building it or putting it together. Basically, yeah, I think so. But I'll tell you what. On that, I don't even remember the name of it now. That Taiwanese deal, I couldn't get anybody to work on it. So, Tim, just the guy I was looking for. This bike here. What's the possibilities of you having time? It's in Udon Thani, just to look and make sure that it runs as good as it sounds on a video. He's in Udon Thani. Were your ears burning? I think I want to buy it, and then if I do, I'll probably take a bus or something out to you, and then ride it back. I haven't told my wife yet, so I haven't. I'm horrible. There's Tim talking to Mitch, but I don't know exactly where he is. But I can talk to you about it afterwards on that. Well, I'll put the link up. In fact, I should put the link up anyway, in case anybody wants to later. Maybe we'll do some after deal or whatever. Paste in. Did it come up? Yeah. I learned to ride on a Honda 65. Yeah, there you go. And they had the 70. I saw a 70 here. And then the first bike that I had before I went between the Honda 90s, and I had a 305 Dream that I got at 15 and a half, that right when I got my license. Rode that for like about 2 weeks and bought the 350 Honda. Had that for about 4 or 5 of us had 350 Hondas, 70s, 69, 71s. And then rode that for about 6 months and bought my buddy's Sportster. Had that for about 3 months and got my Panhead. And stayed there. I love that bike. No, it wasn't the Kimco. It was an off the wall. I don't think it was. God, I forget now. I got a video on it. I can probably go back and look. I did a video on it. Hey Tony, how you doing? I've been researching the electric for bikes, 5 hours of charge and top speed. Yeah, I've seen some of them. They're pretty slick. Uh, Definitely pretty slick. I have seen them. It's time time for Ben. All right, Logan. Thanks for coming, brother. I appreciate it. It's been an hour and a half. That's what I've been doing recently. Later, anybody that wants well, we'll sit here and bullshit for a little while, but I'll put that link up again in case anybody wants to come and rap afterwards. Tim would be one of them, so I can see if you. I don't know how far. I don't know. I mean, Udon Thani is a big place. I don't want you to have to drive, 8 hours like I did that. Can you go look at that building? Well, Dave, it's halfway between us. Oh, really? I asked him. Anyway, Tim gets it. Yeah, there it is. SYM. Mitch has got it. Triumphs made in Taiwan. I didn't know that, to tell you the truth. But SYM is the winner, I think. Thanks, Mitch. But otherwise, I mean, I liked it. I mean, it was okay. But it was cheap. I was being a cheap bastard. And then when my wife said, smarten up, and we went down and got the Forza. But Honda, you can't. I don't know, man. They're great bikes. I can't even want to say hate to say that. Their quality control is outstanding, and they build a good quality motorcycle. Hey Johnny, how you doing? Is Jake here? I didn't even see him. Internet here sucks. Won't be in. Okay, no problem. Everybody's saying hi. And I think, what do I have to do? I have to clean one of the filters on the pond. It was raining here this morning, which was weird. Find out and book that Centra Hotel in Ubon for Saturday night. And I'm really digging. I'm really liking the way that they're doing the stuff out there. I'm really hoping that I could build it for the $1.5 million. I really think it's possible. I don't know how far I'll get into the $1.5 million for supplying furniture, beds, and couches and that kind of stuff. But if I can get the structure up, I think it'd be a good. And like I said, I'm doing it kind of to give it somebody a real deal. If you have family and you're going to build something and you have a significant other and that kind of stuff, and you have family that can run something and are in the construction trades, I think you could build a 2-bedroom house for, I don't know, 600, 700, because you're on land that you're on your significant other's land. Didn't cost you anything. So this will be pretty much square footage or square metered, so in your mind, if you go, well, Dave put this thing together for $1.5 million and it's over 200 square meters. What I want 60 square meters. It's probably going to be proportional. So because it'd be nice if you do want to go that route. If I was single and I came here, would I buy? No, never. I'd be on the the top floor of one of those places over in John Tiem and overlooking over the ocean and living out my days. But my life isn't going that way. So I enjoy my life and I actually have fun. Besides arguing with the wife occasionally about it, I have fun building it. Mr. Scott, quick storm. Seating backfield. Well, Dave, got it. One question. Yeah, I did get one question, and then I was like nodding. Johnny's got a good. If you guys aren't subscribed, he does a trivia type thing. I think he mostly caters to all these Australian bastards. But the questions, I don't know most of them. No, they're all good people. Mark goes over there all the time. A lot of the people I don't know. but I'm an honorary Australian bastard, so I guess I'm okay. But it's fun stuff. It's kind of cool. I didn't get the chance. I wanted to hang around, and I faded off right after that deal. And I think you started doing brought everybody up on the panel. So next time I'll catch the panel. No worldwide questions. It was fun. It's a good. If you guys, you'll have a good time. So by all means, if you would. Let's see. Yeah, I think an hour and a half, I think, is long enough. I think I'm going to. Hopefully, Tim's still here. Are you still here, Tim? Maybe I'll catch you if you want to come afterwards. We'll hang for a while. I'm going to go over here to this, and again, like I do in all deals, Richard of Richard Travels, who I think somebody said this weekend we'll have another video out. If you know Richard, and he's been kind of doing running his life for the last couple of months. He did put out a video on what was transpiring, and I guess he's got another one that's going to come out this weekend. I hear the rumors of. Richard's a great guy, and I hope he comes back to do his streams again. I really enjoyed him, and he did both the intro and the outro for my live streams for nothing because he's just a good dude. So, Richard, you're top notch in my book. You know that already, I think. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're not subscribed, then you're just watching. Think about subscribing. It doesn't cost anything. And I think we're still at the same. We're still under 2,000. Maybe we'll break it sooner or later. But I want to thank everybody for coming. You have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. And I will catch you on the next one.